What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back in another video on the channel, and today we have got a lot to go through. We have got a review, just a quick recap. I'm not going to give any spoilers away of Jurassic World. You can see I did get myself one of these commemorative tins. It cost like $7 when I went to the movie theater. It was filled up with popcorn. We're going to fill it up with J Tatum's because the Celtics are on right now. It got home super late because of traffic and all of that stuff. So it's already about 7 minutes into the second quarter. Normally I'm here for tip-off, but I've been watching on my phone and I'm finally getting a hold of it now. Looks like Golden State is up 3 and Steph Curry's talking trash to the crowd. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign. But we went to one of our favorite pizza places in the area because I didn't have time to sit here and wait in a long line at Wendy's or figure out what the hell I was ordering. So, Pizza Mania. It's one of the OG places that I've been eating at since I've been making content on not just here, but any social media form. Instagram, I ate Pizza Mania at one point like once a week, so that is what we did today. We've got a pizza that I've never had before, as well as a sandwich I've never had before, so new things on the menu, but that's what we got. Whole lineup, so much to do, and I just want to get eating because the game's on and I'm just discombobulated. But anyway, if you are digging the content, you would like to see more videos just like this, you already know the vibes, so like, subscribe, all of that cringy YouTube stuff. Now, we have got a wonderful square pizza with a topping that you have probably not seen on a pizza before. Maybe you have if you're from this area, but wait till you see this. Square pizza. You ready? I cut it. I already know what it looks like. I'm not gonna sit here and act surprised. What we have here is one of their square pizzas. I didn't think to get this on a pizza, to be honest, but you know how we do things. We've got to try everything for the content because that is what we like to do. This pizza actually has sauteed onions and potatoes on mozzarella on a square pizza. Now, not a Sicilian. You'll be able to see when I pick this up that it is not as thick as a Sicilian. Sicilian crust is about this thick. This one is thin, but it's just a square pizza. Square pizza is always a W. And I want to get into this, and let's get talking because I've been talking way too long. We got to get into that sandwich too, but first let's bite the pizza. I just want to get the pizza. You want to see the pizza? Look at this. Would you eat a pizza with potatoes and onions on it? Does that look like a W? Look at the crust. Look at the booty. You know this looks good. Stop it. Stop it. Well, that's really good. Yeah, really good. The onions and the potatoes are like caramelized. So it's kind of sweet. Damn. Well, that crust is excellent too. This is literally the second onion pizza I've ever eaten. And a big reason I got it, the first time I had it, I thought it was really weird. I was at a pizza party at a brick oven place. And they said, hey, we have onion pizza here, because they were just giving, like, you know, pizzas out. They weren't telling us, they're just putting the pizzas down. And I said, we got an onion pizza. I said, that sounds weird. So I tried it, and I thought it was delicious with the sauteed onions on it. So when I saw sauteed onions, I said, okay, let's just try this. Potatoes and onions, though. Those are the dub. That's fantastic. We got ourselves a tie game, folks. Tie game. This is going to be a good game today. Mmm. Damn, that's good. For the road, I'm actually going to put these in my... Yes, I did. Because what says commemorative, like commemorative J Tatum. This thing is huge, by the way. I don't know if you can tell on the screen. Sometimes you can't usually tell because I'm sitting next to it or whatever, but this thing is massive. It's really big, and it costs $20 if you get it filled up with popcorn. But I ended up just getting the tin. Let me get a drink. That's why I wanted to move that. There we go. There we go. All right, commercial. Let's talk Jurassic Park real quick. The movie's excellent. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park, you probably already know what you're getting. Some dinosaurs are going to be on the loose. And people are going to be in danger. That is what you're getting. They didn't deviate from the formula. The one thing that I like that they did is they brought back, and this is not spoilers, this is stuff that you would see if you were looking at the trailers. They brought back the band from the OG trilogy. So, obviously Jeff Goldblum, who doesn't age at all. I don't know how the hell he does that, but he's about 70 years old at this point, and he looks exactly the same as he did in, like, when that first one came out, like 93, I think it did. Exactly the same. But they brought back, you know, the two doctors. I don't remember their real names. Sam Neill, I believe his name is. Laura Dern, that's her name, right? So they're back. The people from the newer trilogy. So You know, Chris Pratt, member of the Mustache Mafia like me. Gotta love that. And what's the redhead girl's name? So it's a hyphen. Ah, I'm getting them. I'm just too hyped. Bryce Dallas Howard. She's also in it. So they kind of brought the new and the old school together, which is always good. I'm just gonna replace that, like Never Ending Pizza. And it's exactly what you'd expect. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is the greatest Jurassic Park ever. It's all of these movies, in my opinion, recently have been very fan servicey, and this was no exception. If you've seen and you're a fan of the original, like OG number first, I know there's about 5 now at this point. This is, I believe, the 6th. If you've seen the original one, there is a ton of references that I kept getting. At one point, and I'm not joking with you, I actually said out loud, "You've got to be effing kidding me," because the reference was so, like, not needed, I guess would be the thing. But it was there nonetheless. You'll see some stuff that you saw from the original, references from the original. But all in all, even with that, the movie's a lot of fun. It introduces some of the old dinosaurs, or reintroduces, I'd say, from the first one, you know, because a lot of the newer ones have been like the crossbreeding and kind of like crazy whatever, so they introduced some of the old school ones, and it's kind of just gives me a vibe of like old school meets new school. And without giving away plot points, again, it's about, this is stuff that if you've seen the other ones you would know. Dinosaurs obviously started on an island, but they have made their way into our society, and it kind of goes into how we've been dealing with it. There's a lot of references and things that will kind of give you, you know, they're to make a thinly veiled shot at some of the real life kind of things that have been going on in the world. But even with that, again, you still have things that are going to make you laugh out loud, and it's going to give you that action of trying to run away from dinosaurs like you'll always get. And with that, I would just call the movie fun. It's fun. In the same vein of a Top Gun, where it's not going to win any Oscars, but it's just a lot of fun to go to the movies and see these kinds of films. And you know what you're getting, and they delivered on that. Nothing out of the ordinary. But I don't want anything out of the ordinary with Jurassic Park, so don't think I'm being negative when I say this stuff. The only thing, again, my gripe was the fan service. The fan service is getting a bit too much for me in every movie that I watch, but other than that, out of 5, I would definitely still give it a 4.1 out of 5, 4 stars out of 5 stars. It's just what you expected, and at no point in the movie was I like, I hope this movie's over or this movie sucks. That's what I wanted. Same vein as Top Gun. It's one of those things, if you're a fan of that type of stuff, go watch this because it's new and you should be able to watch things like this. And so that's my Jurassic Park thing. I could give away major plot points and things like that to kind of give you a more of an in-depth take, but I don't want to give it. The movie just came out today, so I don't want to do that. If you were on the fence about watching it and you are a fan of Jurassic Park, even if you're not, go watch the movie. It is definitely worth a watch. How's that? Even better, let's try a sandwich. I forgot what I got. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ordered it while I was like sitting like in the parking lot. Like on the way, because I knew I was just gonna kind of be like wanting to get the hell out of there real quick. So, oh sheesh, this looks. I got good taste for somebody who was just on a whim. Look at this. Look at this. I actually got inspired by this. This is another one that people said I should have gotten when I was at. Get off the. Hey, foil. When I went to Jersey Mike's. So I went to a real sandwich / pizza place. They make good sandwiches at this joint though. And I ended up getting what was requested, and that is a chicken bacon ranch. And as you can see, there is a lot of chicken. There's a lot of bacon. And I can't see the ranch, but I'm sure it's in there. Look at this. And y'all was talking about go get this from Jersey Mike's. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you don't want this, there's a high probability you don't like bacon, you don't like chicken, and you don't like ranch. And if you don't, hey, I'm not mad at you. God, that smells. Oh my goodness. Look at this bread. Look at this bread. Look at the booty. Look at this. Y'all know y'all want that. Get in here. Your chicken? You do a fantastic chicken. I'm trying to pick the damn chicken up. Look at this chicken. Look at that. Like, still super juicy. Mmm. They do a nice chicken. This is gonna be a back and forth game. It's 42 to 41 right now. They put a lot of ranch on there, and I ain't mad at that. That's fantastic. melted provolone. There's bacon, it's bacon bits. I would have liked more bacon. But even with that, the chicken's so flavorful and there's just a good amount of ranch in here. Is there bits? Are these bits? Yeah, there's bits. Are they bits? I still can't tell, bro. They're real bacon bits. This chopped bacon. I like big old pieces, but there are a lot of pieces in it. Who was that? This is like, this is such a great series. It really is. And I remember saying this, again, before this series started, because there were so many people that were adamant that the Celtics like were no match for Golden State, which I didn't understand. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I have A+ ball knowledge. Not basketball. Football ball knowledge is very high. Basketball ball knowledge, it's more than passable. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some guru, because I'm definitely not. And now that we are about halfway through the series, literally, it's right now, game 4. So, a little over halfway technically, because 3.5 is half of 7, but I can't say anything but repeat this again. Now I need some JT. The Celtics match up well with the Warriors. They just do. I am not saying the Celtics are better than the Warriors. I'm saying, and I remember, you can go back to the video I said, and one, let's go. Let's go. Hold on, you get a chip for that one. That's my boy. Oh, Derek White. What a pickup for them. He's been so good for them. But you can go back to the video where I was previewing the finals, and I said exactly that. The Celtics match up very well with Golden State because they have a lot of the same type of player, which are wingers who can shoot and defend. And they're the best, statistically, defensive team in basketball. Now, obviously, when you're dealing with a team like Golden State, it's easier said than done. But all I was saying, people said, oh, yeah, you know, I don't think this game is over, and I don't think this series is over. But it's just, this game has been, just this game alone has been really exciting. Very back and forth. You know, Steph came to play, and Tatum came. It's just, I don't know where people were getting their information from. Now, if you've never watched Boston play this year, I can see that. But if you watch them play, especially in the second half of the year, they barely lost. Halfway through the season, Boston was like 3 games under 500. They ended up getting the 2 seed. They've been hot the whole year, and they've been playing well the whole year. It didn't surprise me that they made the finals, and it didn't surprise me that they're playing the Warriors well. It doesn't mean they're going to win. When Steph Curry just made another circus shot, that's like, that's what we're dealing with. But if I was a casual fan, I would be thoroughly, this fucking sandwich is unreal. I would be thoroughly enjoying this. I can't enjoy this right now. It's too nerve-wracking. But what a series. And what a player, Steph Curry, man. I have been talking about him the entire time. I'm a Celtics fan through and through, but I'm still a fan of athletes. I'm still a fan of the game of basketball, and I'm still a fan of greatness, and Steph Curry is great. I see so many videos of people talking about him where they're like, oh, okay, he's not even, you know, as good as people say he is. Do y'all watch the game? Like, what are you watching? I've never seen a player with his skill set in my life. You want to go back and somebody's like, oh, remember Pete Maravich? Like, I didn't watch him play. I don't know. I'm talking my life. Again, I'm not saying he's the greatest, but he's been one of the most exciting players in basketball to me for a long time. No one does the things that he does like that. It's very weird to watch because I think the Celtics are having trouble with him because they almost forget that it's Steph. Like, most teams are not going to run a pick and roll from Yo, Wiggins is having a game too. I said Wiggins was the second best right now on their team. Right now. I said that last time, but nobody has the skill set he does. Does the weird stuff that he does. Like, and I feel like it's so unconventional at times that you literally forget. So at times when you're playing him, and I've watched the Boston play his entire, you know, they'll have somebody set a screen for him at the top of the key. But he's like, you know, 10 yards back. He's literally like, you know, on the logo. And your first instinct is no one's going to shoot from there. And then he does, and it goes in. And he does it so much that you're like, you've got to be kidding me. He's already done it like 2 or 3 times this game. Where he just pulls up for it, and you're like, come on, man. Like, it's just so unconventional. And I think that's what makes him great. I will say this, and I said this last time too, though. You already know what happened. Derek White, bro. I'm telling you, what a pickup. But I said this last time. The Warriors right now are not at full strength. And the game is the game. It is what it is. But if Klay Thompson was himself, we'd have a different series. I'm honest about everything. We'd have a different series. Steph doesn't have that, like, Wiggins is doing a pretty good job kind of, you know, trying to pick up the slack. Look at Jay Tatum to the comparable school. He's done a good job as far as, like, giving a second option, but when Klay was there, his second option was just as good as number 1. And that's the difference. You know. I also think that the height of the Warriors' powers, their role players as a whole were a little bit better. You know, they don't have that second goon like they had Zaza. You know, they had a second goon who came in and, like, hurt people on purpose, which was his job. And I think Wiggins is very similar to Sean Livingston, how they can go get, like, really hot at times. And Poole as well. Poole would drive me nuts, by the way. But having that Iguodala, like, I understand right now he's, what, he's 37, so he doesn't really have that same ability that he did. But when he was there, I mean, he was their finals MVP at one point. It allowed them, it's almost halftime, to play differently because they didn't have to worry about guarding the team's best player. You know, he guarded LeBron. And then you could have Klay spell him, or then you could have, you know, Dre spell him. But it made their team so much more difficult and longer. I mean longer as, like, the amount of players you had to worry about to defend. They don't really have the bench that they used to. And I think that makes them less invincible than they were. I thought this year the Celtics were a couple of years away from contending for a title. I said, you know, a couple more pieces and they're going to be really, really good. And they got hot halfway through the year. You know, and I think the Warriors kind of remind me of, like when a team kind of gives, like, that, like, they got their second win, is a good way to put it. Because they're still really, really good, but they're not the same team that was, like, 5 or 6 years ago when they were literally, like, unbeatable. I mean, they were one choke away from being, like, one of the greatest runs in NBA history. They still had one of the greatest ones, but y'all know they choked against the Cavs. They choked. I don't care what nobody says. Like, credit to Brown and them boys because they came back and won it, but they choked. They kind of choked. But then again, there's my other team, you know. That's just my take on it, honestly. But, damn, it's halftime already. I can't watch the second half on here. I'm superstitious. I'm going to give you my superstitions because I got to bounce. I'm being real. It doesn't matter if I talk about it. One, you promise I said this yesterday. I'm eating pizza. I have pizza every time that they've won in the playoffs. So I'm eating pizza. We're doing pizza. Pizza is what it is. 2, I cannot turn the game on a television. It has to be on a wireless device in the first half. Every time I've done it, they've won. 3, it has to be on my television in the second half. Has to be. I'm undefeated with that. So we're going to ride that. I'm very superstitious. We're going to ride that. So I gave you my review. I gave you a little bit of play-by-play. I gave y'all some food. I am really tired. I've been up and running around probably since, like, 9 a.m. and it's 10 p.m. and I haven't sat down except for watching the movie. So, a little out of breath, got my work done, got everything done. But, you know it's been a vibe. I'd hate to love y'all and leave y'all. I got home late. I ended up changing my meal, so we'll have Wendy's over the weekend because I have to do the strawberry frosty. And we have, what the hell else am I'm doing something else that I said. I can't remember. But it's all picked out, but y'all know the vibes. Let's go see. Stop fighting me in the comments, okay? I'm allowed to watch the Celtics. Y'all are wild. But we'll be back, though, tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.